Introduction. Respect is one of the most powerful gifts we can give and receive in our families. When our children are young, they often look up to us with love, trust, and admiration. But as they grow older, things can change. Some parents feel the painful experience of their adult children pulling away, dismissing their advice, or even speaking in ways that feel disrespectful. If you are in this situation, you might be asking yourself, what happened? Where did the respect go? And most importantly, how can I get it back? The truth is, respect between parents and adult children does not automatically remain strong. Life pressures, misunderstandings, old wounds, and even generational differences can all play a role. Sometimes, children believe they know better than their parents once they become adults. Sometimes, unresolved conflicts build up over the years and turn into frustration. And sometimes, the respect slowly fades without anyone noticing until one day, the parent feels invisible or dismissed. But here's the good news. Respect can be rebuilt. It may not happen overnight, but with patience, clear steps, and a loving mindset, you can restore the bond with your children. Respect is not just about obedience or authority. It is about mutual trust, healthy communication, and emotional connection. In this script, I want to share with you 7 proven steps that can help you rebuild respect and bring harmony back into your relationship with your adult children. These steps are not about controlling them, forcing them to listen, or demanding respect. Instead, they are about creating the right environment where respect can naturally grow again. Let's begin with the first and most important step. Step 1. Stay calm and avoid fighting back. When you feel disrespected, the natural reaction is to push back. Maybe your adult child raises their voice, dismisses your opinion, or makes a hurtful comment. In that moment, your heart pounds, and you feel the urge to defend yourself. You may want to say, "How dare you speak to me like that? I'm your parent." But here's the challenge. Fighting disrespect with anger almost always makes the problem worse. Instead of regaining respect, it can lead to more distance, more conflict, and more hurt. Think about this. When 2 people are shouting at each other, nobody is truly listening. Both are too busy defending themselves. Respect cannot live in that space. So, the first step is to stay calm. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself, this moment does not define me. I do not need to match anger with anger. It does not mean you are weak. In fact, staying calm is a sign of strength. You are showing that you can control yourself, even when emotions are high. And by staying calm, you create space for the other person to cool down too. Imagine your child says something sharp like, "You never understand me." Instead of immediately firing back, you could pause and say, "I hear that you feel misunderstood. Let's talk about it when we're both calmer." This response does 2 powerful things. It shows you are listening. It stops the cycle of anger. Now, I know this is easier said than done. Years of emotion, old arguments, and unhealed wounds can make it very hard to stay calm. But think of it like building a new habit. The more you practice pausing before reacting, the more natural it becomes. Another helpful technique is to separate the person from the behavior. If your child is disrespectful, remind yourself that the behavior is a problem, not the whole person. They may be stressed, tired, or reacting out of their own pain. This perspective helps you avoid taking every word personally. Remember this. Calmness is contagious. If you bring calm energy into the conversation, Over time, your child will learn to mirror that energy. Respect often starts with self-control. Step 2. Set clear and gentle boundaries. After staying calm, the next step in rebuilding respect is setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are not about punishment or controlling your adult children. They are about protecting your emotional space, maintaining dignity, and showing that certain behaviors are not acceptable. Think of boundaries like fences in a garden. They don't stop you from sharing the garden with others, but they mark where one space ends and another begins. Without boundaries, your emotional well-being can be trampled and resentment can grow. Many parents struggle with this because they want to be loved unconditionally, and the idea of saying no feels uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Setting boundaries is actually an act of love for yourself and for your children. It teaches them how to treat you while also encouraging them to respect themselves. Example, imagine a mother whose adult son calls her multiple times a day, often complaining and criticizing her. Instead of answering every call immediately, she sets a boundary. Calls are welcome during certain hours. She calmly explains this to her son. At first, he may resist, but over time, he learns to respect her time, and their conversations become calmer and more meaningful. Boundaries are not walls. They are bridges to healthier interactions. They teach your children that respect is earned through behavior, not demanded through authority. Step 3. Listen without judgment. Once boundaries are in place, the next step is to listen to your adult children without judgment. Many conflicts happen because parents try to fix problems immediately or criticize choices, even when their children just want to be heard. Listening without judgment means letting your child speak freely, holding back advice unless asked, avoiding criticism, sarcasm, or defensive responses. Why is this so important? When people feel listened to, they feel valued. And when someone feels valued, they naturally respond with respect. Adult children may act disrespectfully because they feel misunderstood, dismissed, or judged. Listening breaks that cycle. How to practice listening. Make eye contact and focus entirely on what they are saying. Nod or use small verbal cues like, I see or I understand. Avoid interrupting or preparing your response while they're speaking. Repeat or summarize what they said to show understanding. So what I hear you saying is that you feel stress at work and need more time for yourself. Did I get that right? Even if you disagree with their choices, your job is to understand their perspective first. Judgment or criticism can trigger defensiveness, shutting down communication. Example, a father notices his daughter makes financial decisions he disagrees with. Instead of lecturing, he listens to her reasoning. After understanding her perspective, he calmly shares his experience and advice. By first listening without judgment, she is more open to considering his suggestions, and their relationship grows stronger. Listening also means recognizing emotions behind words. Often, adult children act disrespectfully because of stress, fear, or frustration. By acknowledging their emotions, you validate their humanity without condoning negative behavior. I can see that you're upset. I want to understand what's going on. Over time, listening builds trust and mutual respect. Your children will begin to see that you are not just a parent who criticizes or controls, but a guide, supporter, and safe person to talk to. Step 4. Communicate your needs honestly. After listening without judgment, the next key step is to communicate your own needs honestly. But hiding your needs can quietly erode respect. Adult children may not even realize they are being disrespectful. By clearly stating your feelings and expectations, you give them the chance to understand and respond thoughtfully. Example: a mother noticed that her adult son often arrived at family events late, leaving her feeling frustrated and disrespected. Instead of letting resentment build, she calmly said, "I feel upset when you arrive late. Could we agree on a time that works for both of us?" Her son understood her feelings and made more effort to arrive on time. When you communicate honestly, you are teaching your children an essential life skill: how to express emotions respectfully. This sets a powerful example for them, showing that respect is a two-way street. Step 5. Lead by example with respect. Respect is contagious. One of the most effective ways to rebuild it is by leading through your own behavior. If you want your adult children to treat you with respect, you must show respect in your interactions with them and others. Why leading by example works. Children, even adult children, learn how to behave by observing patterns in their parents. If they see patience, empathy, and calm communication, they are more likely to mirror those behaviors. Conversely, if they witness anger, criticism, or harsh words, they may respond similarly. Example: a father disagrees with his adult daughter's career choices. Instead of criticizing, he asks questions to understand her goals and offers gentle guidance when appropriate. Over time, she notices his patience and respect, and her attitude toward him softens. Leading by example also includes how you treat others outside your family. Demonstrating respect in friendships with neighbors or even strangers sends a silent message to your children. Respect is a value you practice consistently, not selectively. Step 6. Rebuild trust through consistency. Respect cannot exist without trust. If your adult children have seen you react unpredictably, judge harshly, or make promises you don't keep, they may feel uncertain about treating you with respect. Consistency is the bridge to rebuilding that trust. Example: a mother had a history of reacting angrily when her adult children asked for advice. She realized this was pushing them away and consciously decided to respond calmly, even when frustrated. Over several months, her children began opening up to her again, showing respect in return. Consistency is key. It sends a message that your respect, patience, and love are reliable. When your children see that you act with integrity, they naturally mirror that behavior. Step 7. Create new positive memories together. After setting boundaries, listening, communicating honestly, leading by example, and rebuilding trust, one final step is to create new positive memories together. Relationships, even with adult children, thrive not just on rules or communication, but also on shared joy and meaningful experiences. When respect has been strained, it can help to start fresh by building moments of connection that are pleasant, low pressure, and fun. Positive interactions create a sense of goodwill and reinforce the emotional bond. Example: a father who had experienced tension with his adult daughter began inviting her for a monthly lunch at a small cafe they both liked. At first, the conversations were brief and cautious, but over time, they shared stories, laughed, and discussed life openly. These positive experiences strengthened their emotional bond and gradually restored respect. Positive memories don't erase past conflicts, but they create a new foundation. Your children start associating you with safety, warmth, and connection rather than conflict, making it easier to sustain mutual respect. Conclusion: rebuilding respect with your adult children is not about asserting authority or demanding obedience. It is about patience, understanding, and consistent effort. Respect is earned through actions, empathy, and integrity, not through titles or past roles. Let's quickly summarize the 7 proven steps. Stay calm and avoid fighting back. Respond with patience and self-control, not anger. Set clear and gentle boundaries. Protect your emotional space while modeling respectful behavior. Listen without judgment. Understand their perspective before offering advice. Communicate your needs honestly. Express your feelings clearly and calmly. Led by example with respect. Demonstrate the behavior you want to see in them. Rebuild trust through consistency. Keep promises, stay reliable, and show emotional stability. Create new positive memories together. Strengthen your bond with shared joy and meaningful experiences. Remember, rebuilding respect takes time. You may encounter setbacks, moments of frustration, or lingering tension. That is normal. Progress is often gradual, but every small step counts. By practicing these 7 steps consistently, you show your adult children that you value the relationship, respect their individuality, and expect respect in return. Respect is not a one-way street. It thrives in relationships where empathy, honesty, and trust are present. The effort you put in today can transform your interactions tomorrow, leading to deeper understanding, stronger family bonds, and a renewed sense of harmony. Finally, be gentle with yourself. Parenting does not end when children grow up. It evolves. With patience, love, and consistent action, you can restore respect and enjoy a fulfilling, respectful relationship with your adult children.